Hey, I'm back with a part 2 to the swim on on this evening. So I want to show you where I'm at. I see a little bit of that color in the sky. That's due to the smoke from nearby fires and fires to the west. And again, I was looking up the road as I was approaching this beach. Thought, man, there sure are a lot of people down here at this time of night. I like myself, realize it's a good time to come. You know, the nice thing is coming to this beach is some of the early birds have left me a spot close to the walkway. How convenient. Now again, I can't go to this lake without remembering my Twinkies. Some of my earlier videos are of us going down this very path. So this has always been one of my favorite spots, but I've been going around to all these different lakes just for some variety. But I happen to have a really good lake real close to my house. This is like the least amount of travel time I need. Yeah, it's fun to swim out to that island or swim around it if you're feeling ambitious. So I've had my birds swim out to that island with me. And then when we're all done swimming, my birds usually stand on this rock and preen. So I'm going to see if there's any way I can have my own little party down here, because I was over at that other dock for a while, and the whole time those guys were jamming it, and I was thinking, well, you know, maybe their party will end eventually, and the music stopped, and I thought, okay, this is it. I'm gonna go get my speaker now. Oh, but then the music came back on, so now I got my speaker. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away with this, but let's see what we've got down here. You can kind of go down this path and go way down there and la-la-dee-da, but I kind of like jumping in off of this rock, or hanging around it. I just think it's a cool old rock. Again, I think I should share my entry into this part of the lake. Hey. Yeah, so you know, it seemed like we were having a sunset at the other side, and I did a short panorama looking like we're having a sunset. Now I'm going to have another sunset because the mountains and the hills aren't as high here. So that's kind of funny. I wasn't expecting that little surprise. So now I'm on some really steep stuff here, kind of steep right here, and thankfully I got the right shoes this time. But coming down here in like some flip-flops or something where your feet are all loosey-goosey is absolutely no fun whatsoever. So ooh, real thin right here. All right, so I'm trying to see if I can get there. Hoo-ha! This is one way to do it. Now this isn't the only way to get down. I normally come out right over here, but it looks like normally there's water right there. Ooh, kind of dry looking. The rock's sticking out more normal. Lots of little deer trails. Now the funny thing is, some of this is, yeah, deer trails. And when you get out to that little island, it also has deer trails. Now that hill, the tallest hill behind the island, there's a hiking trail. Again, I wish I could go up there and tape it. Maybe I'll make a video. But it's been really hard for me to handle a hike like that, and sometimes I'm trying to get down this last bit without embarrassing myself here. Now, it's nice if your hands are free, then you can kind of crouch down and touch. But I'm going to share me getting into this lake just so you can see how pretty the bottom is, if any. Now, I like these rocks here. Let's see now. The rocks are a great place to set up camp. Anyways, this is where I'm going to hang out and swim. Trying to think where I could plant my things. Oh, it looks so nice right there. Yeah, I used to bring my Twinkies here. Can't stop thinking of them every single time. Alright, I think I found a good place. Put my things. Hang on a minute while I put my things down. A relatively dry place, I think. So, we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party, baby. I got my towel all wet because I had to sit on it, so maybe I can also, I don't know if it'll dry out much now that it's cool, but we'll give it a try. Anyways, oh yeah, I might spend a little more time down here. It looks really nice and a different energy. All right, now this is it. Ready? bottom's not as pretty as some of the other lakes I go to where you got all those multicolored rocks. Unfortunately, it's just dirt. But the only positive I could say, there aren't any jellyfish in it. I don't see any. Now this is very unusual for me because when the water levels are normal, I would be like probably floating or swimming by now. So this is really low, low, low. By golly, I remember usually when I swim up to this rock, it's like, yeah, I remember swimming up to this rock, you know, and just, you know, barely being able to touch the ground here. So, and here I am up to my kneecaps. So this is actually very low for this lake. So I've noticed all the lakes I went to, and for the past few years have been like this. So it seems to be raining and snowing a lot less. And now all our lakes are getting really low. Like when I went to the Bitterroot Lake, I was really surprised how hard it was to get in, because all that shallow, that's actually usually deep enough to just get right out and swim in it. So anyways, I just want to share where I'm at today because I think it's particularly beautiful, even though there's a little bit of smoke in here. Here I am. We were over there at that beach where the party's going, and they're still partying down there. And then a few motor vehicles out here of sorts, different sorts. And I see people bringing their paddle boards down, like the sun's already setting and people are still arriving to the beach. And there somebody is with their wet dog. Yeah, it's all fun and games till the car ride home, right? Anyways, have a great day. I'll talk to you again.